everyone, welcome back to my channel. Good to have you here today. It's Angela, and of course I am doing my little last stint of the Summer Simples today. Yes, it's been a very busy couple of weeks for me. I think this is my 9th video, so I hope that you're going to enjoy it. I've got a special treat lined up for you today. Now, as you know, guys, we're coming to the end of this. On the 21st is the last day. So I hope that you're going to catch up and have a look at what everybody has on to share with you. There have been such fabulous projects from all the creators, but I'm not going to talk too much. I am doing here 20th, so tomorrow we'll have the last day, so look out for that. And remember, if you haven't already, the digitals are available at 40% off in the lovely Rachel's Ko-fi shop, or 40% off, of course, in my website shop. So please have a look there if you wanted to pick this up. It's such a lovely project. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you a little thank you freebie today. And we're going to do a quick project. I'm going to give you some ideas on what you can use it for, but especially this one's going to go into my country retreat journal. So if you haven't followed along with that playlist, please be sure to follow along. It's been fun to put together, and the thank you is just to thank you all for all the support in watching our videos, in you know, if you've purchased the kit, extra thank you to you. And just, you know, we really appreciate you supporting everybody, and this is just my little thank you for that. All right, so I'm going to put these aside. My partner today, before I forget, is Paper Crafty, so do go and have a look out for her video as well, and I will be doing the same. Right, so today we are going to make a little pouch from a special little freebie I have in my website shop for you. I have filled this with all my ephemera, and that's the first sort of use it has. So this little pouch would be great to store your ephemera in when you're starting a journal, because I always like to cut mine out and back it and have it all ready, so it is all in there. And then as you know, journaling, depending how if you write in your journal or just make it for pleasure, whatever you do, it's always nice to have things in your little pouch that's linked to your journal, so that you can use bits and pieces and tags and things as you're going along. So that's the first thing. Of course, this is not only for the journal. I use these because I find they are great carriers for gifts. So if you're wanting just to put in, I've put recipe cards in here before, you could put a slab of chocolate in here, you could make a little notebook to go in here. I know my mini journals fit in here, and I am going to put out a mini journal for the country retreat mini journal next week, so look out for that on Tuesday. You know, that fits in here. You can put in tea bags and, you know, mindfulness or cards or birthday goodies, or fill it with, you know, as a crafter, flowers, fabrics, ribbons and lace, all that sort of thing. It's endless. All right, so I love making these, and I've got them in all sorts of designs in my website shop, but this one's for free. All right, and it says enjoy the little things, because the little things are inside here. All right, so let's have a look. We've got this on the front. I've added some lace, 2 little coin closure thingies here. Just use some twine, and it's got like a lovely vintagey, scrappy looking ticking design on the front there, so, and a floral design on the front there, all that I've shabbied up. All right, so that's what we have here. Our lining is also covered with the same. And then on the back, I've stitched mine. You don't have to stitch it. We've got our little bit of our lid there, and this is the base. Now, I have flattened mine because ultimately I want this to go into the inside of my country retreat journal. So just to show you what I'm meaning, I wanted to let's just take this page here. If I take my page, this is like would be a journal page. I have folded my lid, and I'll show you how to do that, so that it's going to fit, look at that, on the inside of my cover perfectly. All right, and the way you do that is just manipulate your lid, and I'll show you how to do that. I also, as you will have seen before, I don't always fold the lid. but do so, listen to Abby, for the journal, but you can round this and make it like a pouch. All right, so that's what we're going to make today. And you can see all my ephemera is ready. It's all backed and ready to go into my journals, for both Rach and mine, for whatever's left. But it's got a concertina, so you can fit lots in here. All right, you could actually, before you join the two sides together, fit this into your journal in the middle, in between your two signatures, by sewing that in before you seal it up. So that is another idea that you could use this for. All right, so the uses are endless, and if you're looking for ideas for people, friends and family for birthdays, then this is also a great vessel just for that. Abby, it's not your turn. Got to compete with the dog as well. Right, so I'm going to put that to the side there, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Right, so it's just 3 pages. That's the base, and it's got those on the side so that when you open it up, you can see that from the side there. So I wanted it all to match nicely. These I've used for little patches. You've got 2 that match that, and then you've got 2 that are in the polka dot, which I've made, and I love that. It's really pretty. And then we've got these 2 pages. Now you need 2 of these, and you need sorry, those are your lining pieces, and then we have got our lid pieces. All right, so 2 lids and 2 lining pieces. So that's what we have. All right, so I will have this in my website shop. It's completely for free, so you just need to pop over there. It's angelakerrdesigns.com, and you'll find that there. All right, so I have gone ahead and cut out what I need. So this is what I've done. So you've got 2 of those lining pieces I've cut out. We've got the main body of the pouch, and then we've got the 2 lids. So one of them has enjoy the little things, and the other one has nothing. So if you don't want that on there, you can print 2 of these. It's up to you, but I quite fancy that. Now I didn't cut these out because I wanted to show you how I do this. All right, so what I did was, you've got your lining piece on the top. I've joined the 2 pages, just, you know, tap them together like that, and I cut those off, and then I cut those out. But these are kept together. All right, when they've printed out, they're lined up exactly the same. So what you want to do is put them together back to back. All right, like that. And then I'm going to add my closure afterwards, but if you want to do that before, you can do that. So we've got that wrong sides together. Felt like a bit of a sewing lesson there. And then we're going to take our glue stick and put these 2 together. So I'm going to just put glue on the base. Now I am going to stitch around mine, so I'm happy to use this glue stick. But if you are not going to stitch around, and you don't have to, guys, it's just really a design feature for me. I like the look of it. Then just use a better glue, like tacky glue, or, you know, Bailey Arts, or whatever it is. Now just make sure that you've got the rounded side on the bottom there, and this one as well, it's got the rounded on the bottom. And then be as accurate as you can with matching up those corners. All right, and I think that's it. Okay, now do that so that you've got them matching well when you cut this out now. All right, and then we're just going to, you can cut this out with your scissors. I just like to use my craft knife. Abby's rolling on her ball, wants to make herself heard so that you can all hear her, and all your animals are turning their heads at the TV thinking, what's that sound? Oh my goodness. Animals, you gotta love them. I do love them more than people, to be fair. They are hilarious, aren't they? Hilarious. Okay. Alright, so we've got that all cut out. So now, if I turn that over, oh, I wasn't quite as accurate as I thought. Must have gone a bit skew there. When I did this earlier, it was perfect. So I'm not going to worry about that because it's just fine, and it's straight on that side. So that's good to go. What I want to do now is I'm going to take my corner rounder and just round off the corners. It has got a cut line there, but I like this old thingy. Right. And then we're just going to distress it on both sides. All right, so I've done that. I'm sorry if you can hear the fan blowing behind me here, but it is a really hot day, and I just needed the fan. Okay, guys, now I just want to carry on and get the rest ready so that we can proceed. Now, I want to just show you how to do the fold lines. The fold line for this, although it has got a thin white line here, it's exactly where that point and that point meet. All right, so just join up your ruler, take your bone fold and give it a nice burnish. Okay, and then there are some fine white lines here, but as well, so it's there. You'll have to, if you're not sure, use your pencil just to mark them if your eyesight's playing you up. There's the other. Right, so what you want to do is you want to fold this on that fold line in the middle for a start. And there we go, really easy. Yeah, you could roll these off once you've cut them all out. Okay, and then we are going to put our lining in, but we need to put in this little spot first. I mean, you don't have to, you can put it on afterwards and use a little patch, but I'm going to do it the right way. These are my little patches which are on your kit. Okay, so what I want to do is any piece of paper that you've cut off from here, which I've now thrown in the bin, but I'll just take this piece over here. I just like to take a piece of the paper and just cut a little. It doesn't matter what size it is. It's just really to strengthen where we're going to put the closure. All right. So what you want to do is grab your pencil. We want to get that sort of about here. All right, where the blue flower is, if I recall correctly. Now it's 8, so I want to just do 1, 2, 3, and here's the middle, and it's about there. So I'm going to just, it's about there. I'm going to put a really tiny little press here, lower. Okay, so in somewhere in this blue flower section, I'm going to just push it in over there. Okay, so you can see I've got it just in the blue flower there, and that little one I made, we can just close it. All right, so we've got a little one in the middle. As long as you've got the middle line there, you're all right. Now that I've got that hole there, I know where to put my patch, like my little reinforcing piece of paper. This is 160 GSM that I'm using, guys, in case that question comes up. Oh, it is such a hot day. I've got the fan on rotate so that Abby can get some and so can I. And when it's going to her, I'm feeling it, I promise you. And I've got the window open as well, so you probably can hear the birds. Right, so go back to your little hole that you made here. I've got my little, I should have got my little spongy bit out. So we've got a little hole there. Okay. And now I want to take these little circles. Let's just cut them. Right, I've got a piece of packaging here. I want to just, well, both of these probably won't both fit on there, so we'll have to do them one by one. I want to just stick this down onto my little piece of card. Any card you got, you're not needing to look at the back of it. So cereal box, anything that you have, pasta box. Let's try this area here. So I want to stick it down first. Yeah, you need to do 2 of these. These are going to be your little coin closures. I'm so glad it's the weekend. I won't be doing a video on Sunday, so I do apologize. I've had all these videos in a row and I'm knackered. I'm busy trying to finish my mini journal and I'm working on a new kit as well, so it's been quite a couple of weeks for me. And now you want to just cut these out, guys. That's what I'm doing. I'm just needing to get a little bit closer with my punch. So I've just got my 1-inch punch here, and I do it together so that it works well like that. So now that I've jammed my, this is the most useless punch. I thought the Fiskars was bad, but this one is no good either. Okay, so I've got my 2 circles out eventually, and I've just inked around them. Okay, so what we want to do now is we've got our little hole there. Got my spongy bit. I just got my pink brads, and I want to just take 2 of them. So these are the small ones. You can get these on Amazon. So these are mini brads, and we are going to put our little circle, and we are going to just find the middle, really. All right, and then take the other one and put it below like that. And when you've got it exactly on top of the other, just push that through there. Okay, right, take a little brad, put it through, and then we're going to push that through. There we go, through there. Now it doesn't matter which side you use. There is no correct back or front. So whichever side you choose, at least you know you haven't made a mistake. That's always handy, isn't it? Alright, so we've got that there. I just want to put this brad into this one, ready to go. Okay, now that we've got that bit on there, we can now take our lining piece and stick that down. So now this piece doesn't go all the way to the middle because we're keeping a space for you know, not to hinder the fold. So that's what that's about. And I'm just going to use my fabric tack for this. You can use any glue you have. This one works quicker and gives me just a little bit of forgiving time. Right, so we want to do this. I find that start with a top on this side, line that up completely, and then you'll have your gap at the bottom, which is what you want. Okay, so you've covered up that whole closure thingy there. Okay, right, let's put in the lining for the other side as well, really quickly. And you can see they should line up the same on both sides. All right, so we're doing well there. Now you want to take these and fold them inwards first of all. All right, and that side as well. These are your little edge flaps, so like that, inwards, then on the fold line out again. Okay, and then back again. You're just going on those fold lines like that, and then when you've got it all there, give it a nice squash. That way, you're just zigzagging it. and then the last one like that. All right, and then I just find that using the bone folder just to flatten it works well. Okay, so we've got all of that done. Now if you're wanting to stitch around the edge, I'm not doing that, you can do so, but it's the top I want to stitch. Okay, so we've got everything in play there. That's great for the base. I'm going to leave this until I have stitched the top. All right, so I'm going to move that out the way. I will put on this one once I've stitched around here, and let me do that. I'm going to just give it a little top stitch. It's not a must, guys, but I just like to do it. Okay, as you can see, I've just stitched around the whole edge there. I quite like how that turned out. Take my the back of my bone folder and just run it over the stitching on the underside, just so that I'm not really worried here because that's going to be stuck down. It just takes away the holes and that ugly sort of appearance of holes through the paper. All right, and now what I want to do is I want to measure with my pencil 3/4 of an inch, so 2 centimeters there and there. I'm going to draw a pencil line on the wrong side of my lid. All right, that is going to be where I put my glue or my tape. I use tape, but glue works fine. Right, now we are ready. I'm going to just take these bits here and I want to just put some glue on the top white side of the flaps. They should look like, I just want to show you, like a little W. Yeah, so we'll do that on here and on here. Right, I like to sort of use my pokey tool just to tuck it in there and line it up here. All right, now I'm going to just squish it. It's all lined up. I'm going to just take that and put that on there for a moment, and then on this side the same thing. I just take something pointy. You could take your pencil, and just because I've now stuck the other side down. Right, I've got that in there. I want to just line it up with the edge over here and over there. Right, so we'll just take that one there and that one. Okay. Right, so you've got it all closed up. All right, so while that's setting there nicely, we're going to take, I'm going to use double-sided tape, but you can just, well, let's just use the glue. I did use double-sided tape, but you've got to be, you don't get any, there's no forgiveness for that. So I'm running glue right up to the line of the pencil line. Okay, and I'm using this Fabri-Tac so that I do have some forgiveness. But if you're confident, use the tape. It was the scariest part for me, but you know, you can't go wrong if you've got a guideline. Right, now remember to keep the circle in the front because you're going to stick this now on the back. So what we want to do is we want to hold this here, and just to make sure your lid should fit there. Yeah, all right, so now just line the back up with the line there and pinch it, and then the same over there. So I'm just doing a little bit below the line like that. Right, so you've got that bit happening. We're going to come to the little, well, let's do that now quickly. You want to do the front of your of this but I've just got these closed off. So now what I suggest you do is to find your page size, take a piece of paper, scrap piece, or one of your pages is fine, all right, and put that down. Now it'll be different for A4 to US. I'm leaving like a 1/4 of an inch around everywhere, all right, so that's what I've got there. And then I'm looking at the edge of my page here, and I reckon a 1/4 of an inch, or where I want it to go, is going to be about there. So I'm going to just turn it over at that point there. Maybe I should use the ruler and put it all straight on my board here. Oh, and then I'm just going to give that a light press, and then I'm going to flatten mine, you see. Normally I roll it with a glue stick, but on this occasion I just want to flatten it. There you go. So we've got that done. We've got that little bit there. I want to just get in the middle of it. So I've got that there, and luckily we've got these little lines, and then want to just find the middle spot. So we're looking at about here. I've just got a little pencil line, and then I can see exactly where I need to be. Yeah, I'm going to make it about there, maybe a bit higher. Yeah, there. And then I'm going to take my little pokey tool, and I'm just looking where it is. Okay, so I've made a little indent. These can come off now. And we're going to go straight through. Right, this is already double paper, so I'm not worried about reinforcing that. I'm going to take my razor and just rub off the pencil mark. And then we'll stick that in. Like that. Split the pin, press it down so that it's nice and flush here as you can get it. All right, this is where the little patch comes into play. All right, so we've got our little patch here. Don't put ink around it, it'll make it stand out. There we go. All right. And that's okay. Right, so we're getting there. Okay, now all we need to do is a couple of things. We want to put on some lace. So I'm going to put the lace on over here. So I'm just taking my Fabri-Tac and running that glue. Take my little ruler. And just make sure that I have it straight. Okay. And then you can just trim that off. This is the fun bit, isn't it? I like this bit the most. You want to cut that off and that off. Okay. Looking lovely. And then we just want to put on our closure. So I'm using this. You can use whatever you have, guys. You don't need much either. I'm going to cut off 15 inches. That's more than enough. All right. Put a knot in both ends. So that prevent it from fraying. If you've got fine ribbon, even better. I love ribbon. All right, so there's your little pouch. How cute is that? Just some suggestions that I had for you to add decorations to this side. I thought you could put some flowers on there, stick that down, that would look cute, wouldn't it? This is if you're gifting it for somebody or whatever. If you want to make a really special gift, go and make one of these that I showed you the other day with a fabric. So it's like a Suffolk puff or a yo-yo. Yeah, I've put some lace on there. I showed you how to do that in one of my last videos too, and just one of these. How beautiful is that stuck on there for a very special person? I think that looks amazing. I've got that, but then I've also got, if you want to keep it flat, then I cut this from Rachel's fussy cuts. That would look beautiful on there as well, wouldn't it? Yeah. So I think I'm going to stick this one on here because it's going to go into my journal. So I want to keep it pretty flat, really. Perfect colors for this. Right. So we've got our little birdie here. I think on this one, I might stick that on there. But yeah, some other ideas. I mean, I think that you can use these for so many things, and I do love using them for so many things. Right, guys, that's our project for today and my last project for this collaboration. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to go and pick it up on my website, angelakerrdesigns.com, for absolutely nothing. It's my little thank you to you. Please go and support those lovely people that have taken part in the collaboration. We are trying to grow their channels, and that's why we have these collaborations, and of course also to share our ideas with all of you. So thank you so much for taking part. Just leave a like and a comment on everyone's video, and that would be absolutely amazing. And then go and get this and make these. You could have loads of them lined up for gifts. You know, there's always these impromptu gifts that come up, and you could fill them with absolutely anything relative to that person's, you know, likes or dislikes. All right, I'm going to love and leave you. Have a lovely weekend. I won't be putting out a video on Sunday, but if you could just go and catch up on all the collaboration videos, I would be very, very grateful. I'll see you on Tuesday. I will be sharing my mini journal for the country retreat, which got a lot of new bits in it. So look out for that then. Tuesday, Wednesday, just depends where you live, west or east of me. And have a great weekend. See you all. Bye.